pretty good safety, is Ryan Niska. Second down here for Louisville. Seaman in motion.
Who's he faking?
Broken play. And Jackson looking to throw it downfield now. And again, just all types of problems there on that play. Some miscommunication there. There just doesn't seem to be any any synchrony to their, you know. They just don't look like they're in sync. They don't.
Well, what is it? It's 3rd and 10 now. It's a big play, even though it's early in the game.
And I don't know how you get yourself in sync when you're in the playoffs.
You need a big play, don't you?
I think you do.
You need a big play. You need a big play.
An offense that's only averaging 277 yards per game and just 16 points per game. They have a 3rd down here. Jackson looks toward the end zone for Lingenhole, and it's well over his head. Well, they're on the 26 here. This is out of the range of Miles Labb, their kicker. And I doubt you want to put this in a situation where you punt it at this point. Going for it is
unless
as good
you want
as
to poof kick it.
Poof kick it.
Poof kick it.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah. Well, you just poof it.
Poof it. Kick it right-footed. Yeah, kick it right-footed, Bob. Well done.
Oh, that's real funny, Bob. Funny, Bob.
It's an old man you're talking to. He's senile, but only I'm allowed to say that.
Here we go.
4th down here for Louisville. Jackson to throw. Jackson still looking, middle for Pickens. Pickens was there, and it's batted down.
Was it?
Ryan Niska again, the safety there on the coverage. Had the right idea there. And Niska played nice coverage. Here's a look at it, Elmer.
Very nice play. Did you think there was some controversy on that?
I don't think so. Did you?
No, not at all.
I didn't think so. I thought that was a good play.
I mean, it is a game of football. It's not badminton.
Now, if he'd gotten out a tennis racket and done something, then I would have questioned what he had done. But
all right, here we go.
Cathedral Latin, they average 161 yards rushing on the ground. They're very balanced offensively. First down play they give to Gotham, and Gotham goes nowhere. The time was wholly loss of yards, Batman. Spit a Larry on the tackle, the defensive lineman.
You got to step inside, son. 54, step inside.
Toss on the option here goes to Gotham, and Gotham with some speed that time and picks up the first down.
They are having trouble with the option.
What do you have to do against the option? What needs to happen for Louisville?
You have to assign people. You have the quarterback, you have the pitch.
So it's assignment football.
It's assignment football. You have to do that.
Can you make those adjustments in the game?
Oh, sure. I mean, you know, and you every once in a while you got to get them a different look. The guy who had the quarterback takes the pitch, and the guy who had the pitch
has
the quarterback. You just to give them a different look. But you have to get into assignment football, and they don't seem to have anybody coming up on the pitch.
First down here. Option again, and this time Koenig wants to throw. Looks deep, and that one is intercepted again. Dan Kennedy there that time on the pick for Louisville. Rock solid play of the game nominee here to Dan Kennedy. Second pick of the game thrown by Koenig, his 5th of the year. Threw it where no one was there. All right, nice play made by Dan Kennedy. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back.
Stay connected to what matters most in life with MCTV Internet. We deliver fast, reliable service, so you can spend more time streaming your favorite shows, chatting with family or friends, or racing past the competition. Plus, with MCTV's Wi-Fi, you receive strong signals from anywhere in your home. Upgrade your internet today. give us a call or visit us online. MCTV. We go the extra mile.
Everyone's joint pain is different, but one thing is always the same. It interrupts the things that really matter. Spectrum Orthopedics is the area's leader in outpatient total joint replacement surgery. Our total joint specialists use the most advanced techniques available at our state-of-the-art surgical center, offering the ability to start the recovery process at home just hours after surgery. You have one life to live. Let's get you back to living it.
The ride to work you've been waiting for is here.
SARTA's Success Express service to the North Canton Industrial Park.
Just hop on the Success Express at the Cornerstone
or Belden Village Transit Center.
and we'll get you to work on time.
At Cintas,
The Hilton Garden Inn,
Fannie Mae,
or Special Pack.
even if you start as early as 6 a.m.
Visit SARTAonline.com to learn more about the new, fast, affordable way to get to work in the North Canton Industrial Park.
SARTA's Success Express.
We're going to work today. Need a ride?
And we return back in here to Louisville on first down. Give us to Dan Kennedy. And Kennedy runs with a full head of steam that time.
Picked up about 5 on that.
Talked to Coach Troy Davis during the week. I texted him after our phone call, and I said, who's your best player defensively? And he said, Dan Kennedy by far. And he's the one who just made the interception there. He might be the best player on the team this year. He's the leading rusher on the team as well.
Is he really?
He is. Also one of their leading wide receivers. I think he leads the team. He's second on the team in receiving as well, yeah. Just a talented kid. Put him a little bit of everywhere.
Senior?
He is.
Okay.
He'll be one that they miss. Hand off again here. That's Dan Kennedy, and Kennedy runs just a little bit different and runs with a little bit more speed and agility and makes enough for the first down there.
Got a first down.
That's another West Main Bank Clinic first down.
First and 10 to the Cathedral Latin 39. Kennedy 252 yards rushing entering the game, 3 touchdowns, 18 catches for 204 yards and a score. Had a beautiful touchdown catch against Glen Oak in week 2 of the regular season. First down here. Keeping is Tyler Jackson this time, and Jackson picks up a nice 4 or 5 yards here. Second and 7 is marked on the scoreboard here. Bob says 6.
6 is right. He's never wrong. Remember, we've discussed this many times.
Talked about it last week at Massillon.
Let's run that same play again. Oh,
hand off to Creed Patterson this time, and Creed Patterson
maybe made a half a yard,
if even that. Patterson's kind of come on in recent weeks as a third featured back for them, along with Edelman, Essick, and then Kennedy. Try to give the carries to a number of different guys this year if they can. Try to not be one-dimensional.
Trying to find the right one, though.
They are.
This is third and 6 after 2 interceptions back to back.
Third down here for Louisville. Big third down. Jackson rolls out. Still rolls, throws downfield. That one is intercepted this time by Cathedral Latin. And keeping the sideline was Moskal. And that was his 4th interception of the year, the safety. Team leading 4th pick of the year for Ryan Moskal.
Was that thrown behind the receiver?
Well, we'll see here. Yep.
I'm not sure he was out of bounds. I'm sure the officials saw it better than I did.
So 2 turnovers forced by the Louisville defense, and they have nothing to show for it.
The officials are like Bob, never wrong.
It's a kind way of looking at it, unless you lose, right, Coach?
Yeah, then those doggone officials.
That's right. I know you well. First down play here. Give is to Gotham, and Gotham gets brought down in the backfield. Nice play up the middle there as Cameron Brazick He's getting looked at by some small Division I schools at this point for his size. 6'4", 275, Elmer. He can play.
And this is going to be an option play.
You think so?
Yep. If I was a betting man.
Are you?
No.
Second down and long here. Gotham remains in the backfield with Koenig.
They're not.
Hand off to Gotham this time, and Gotham kind of muscled his way for a few yards there.
Boy, they're just not having a whole lot of success running inside the tackles against Louisville.
You know, this was the same type of game that Louisville played last week. They lost to Worcester 12-7. They had a goal line stand at the end of the game to give themselves a chance to score and win the game, but only got out to midfield. But they were in a tight game like this that was a defensive game, similar to this. They've been in this a couple times this year. But if you're Coach Davis, you're trying to figure out how to win these games.
Let me see. This got to be the option.
Third down play here. Koenig to throw. Steps up, all types of room to run. Tries to get to the first down marker, and might have been short by just a yard.
I don't think he got it.
Beautiful play by the defensive secondary coming up there. A couple of different guys helped stop that in its tracks.
They're going for it.
Gonna have a 4th and 1.
They didn't come here to punt.
They did not. Get a look at who made the stop here.
Nice.
It was that was Brady Vanover and Dan Kennedy who made the stop there. So they have a 4th and 1 now on their own 36.
Man.
They're 1 for 1 on 4th down.
This is a gutsy call here.
On the year, they're pretty efficient.
Gutsy.
They're 67% on the year on 4th down. I don't know that they're going to go. They're going to maybe call a timeout here, Elmer.
They better. We're going to have a 5-year penalty.
Probably going to think about it.
Here they go. They're
All right, 2:15 left in the first half. We will take a break and be right back.
Hi, I'm Nick Langenfeld, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union. Whether you visit our main office on Erie Street South, our downtown Massillon location on Federal Avenue, or our Canton office on Whipple Avenue in the Acme Fresh Market store. Our friendly staff is committed to serving all your financial needs. Now more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Now is new. Altman Immediate Care is now Altman Now Urgent Care. Walk in, get care, and go home. The average turnaround time is less than an hour. Now is new. When your doctor's office is closed and you don't need the ER, choose Altman Now Urgent Care Center. Altman Healthcare providers treat minor injuries and illnesses, such as flu and fever, sprains and strains, upper respiratory infections, and sore throat. Now is new. Now open at Washington Square from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The new Altman Now Urgent Care. Now is new.
Everyone's joint pain is different, but one thing is always the same. It interrupts the things that really matter. Spectrum Orthopedics is the area's leader in outpatient total joint replacement surgery. Our total joint specialists use the most advanced techniques available at our state-of-the-art surgical center, offering the ability to start the recovery process at home just hours after surgery. You have one life to live. Let's get you back to living it.
Oh, now Notre Dame Cathedral Latin looks like they are going to punt this. Gianni Spedic in to punt it deep. Maybe watch the fake. Louisville showing some pressure on this kick. Spedic just a sophomore. And pretty good snap. Flag comes in.
Wonder what the flag is.
Maybe a false start, I'm not sure. Hit a Louisville player in the back. And Notre Dame Cathedral Latin ends up falling on it. And they get it with pretty decent field position, but a flag is down. Now, if it's offsides or if it's against, depending on who it's against here, it's coming back. It's against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. That's going to be a lifesaver because Brandon Small was there, the sophomore, to pick that up after it hit a Louisville player in the back. Here's a look at it. Wow.
Yep. That's using your head, right?
Off of the old noggin.
Oh.
Have you seen a call yet as to what this was? Illegal procedure. Keep in mind, Elmer, this is only their 6th game. This is only Louisville's 7th game. I know we've talked about it all year. It shouldn't be relevant at this point, but
no,
playoffs change things.
No, don't even try to justify it.
You get a little bit tighter though in the playoffs, don't you?
Yeah. I mean,
you're young teams though. These are young teams. A lot of juniors. So don't give me that. Spedic again will kick it deep here. Pressure again comes from Louisville, and this one, Seaman gonna grab it, and Louisville will have 61 yards to go. Reminder, after the game, we'll have our Altman Hospital player of the game. Gonna have a heck of a time at this point trying to figure out who that could be, because we have not had enough offense or enough plays defensively to even consider it at this point. Yeah. They actually have 62 yards to go here, but the Altman Hospital player of the game after the game.
They have three timeouts left here, Louisville, so they could put a drive together.
You know, we saw them earlier in the year hit that deep pass on that one play against St. V, and they have not gone back to that since then. Some of that is pressure from Cathedral Latin tonight as they give it to Creed Patterson here, and Patterson runs hard and gets some nice yardage on first down. Louisville, lots of juniors this year. Coach Davis in his first year is excited about those young kids, but always has said that they're still looking for their best game so far this year, but they're probably playing their best football at this point in the year as they give to Patterson again right here, and Patterson, again, not much there. Brings up a 3rd down now already. 3rd and short.
Why aren't they calling timeout?
No urgency here on this possession. I suppose maybe they get the first down here, then they call the timeout. They've wasted some valuable time, though.
Almost a minute.
So they have a 3rd and about 3 here. It's a short 3. Jackson, QB draw, gets to the outside. Tyler Jackson picks up the first down and gets out of bounds. Was the best case scenario there for Louisville. They don't have to waste a timeout now either.
But they lost a minute.
They did, just about.
No, definitely.
Definitely.
It was 2 minutes, now it's 58 seconds.
It is. But they are to the 49 of Cathedral Latin.
But they still have 3 timeouts. Okay, see what they do after
You felt
this
they
one.
should have called the timeout there, right?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. Especially when you have 3.
Yeah. Well, you can't take them into the halftime with you.
No, you can't. 49-yard line here on the first down. Kennedy in motion. Before the play, false start against Louisville.
Turned up too soon?
This game so far, Elmer, has no rhythm to it.
No rhythm to it?
No rhythm whatsoever. It's not the first game we've done like this year. But the need for trying to figure something out, trying to get drives going, trying to be a little bit more methodical if you want to. It's not there tonight so far. Both teams are feeling each other out far too much. I'm guessing both teams are just looking forward to getting into halftime. 1st and 15 here, yep. Kennedy in motion. Jackson wants to throw, looks downfield, steps up, creates time, and then throws it out of bounds. Wanted to go downfield there, and nothing was there. Is he holding on to the ball too long, or is it a...
Well, I think he's trying to find somebody, and Cathedral Latin's not going to give him the deep one at this point. They'll let to have him underneath stuff, but not the deep one.
It's a Cathedral Latin defense that has forced now 10 turnovers on the year with that interception on the previous possession. They're a plus, I think, 4 now in the turnover column as a team. 2nd and 15 here for Louisville. Play fake. Throw over the middle, or throw on the sideline rather, and a nice catch by Dan Kennedy. That was a beauty of a ball down the sideline.
That's a West Main back
Nice
running
catch.
first down.
Now for the first down to the 35. That's exactly what they needed there.
Yep, he did. He made a great catch.
Pretty good ball, too.
He was covered.
Jackson put it in a place where only he could get after it.
Well, that young man's playing well.
Dan Kennedy?
Yeah.
Yep. Leads the team in just about everything, so kind of been their workhorse all year.
All right, 1st and 10, 42 seconds.
35-yard line here. Rolling out is Jackson. Looks downfield, still looks downfield. Seaman, he had it and he dropped it. He had it and he would have had really nice yardage there.
Would have been the first down.
Not a bad ball thrown by Jackson either. Had just about a moment there to set his feet, and he did it. Brings up a 2nd down now at the Cathedral Latin 35. 3 timeouts remaining still for Louisville. Would you take one at this point just to regroup?
Just kind of regroup, yeah.
2nd down.
Oh.
And I think he drew him off with the hard count. He did. Nice job by the senior signal caller there to use that hard count to his advantage. I think maybe now you take the timeout if you're going to. Draw him off sides. You have the come out and you call your best play, right? Or do you wait for a bit?
No, this is when you have to score. I mean, you got the opportunity here.
2nd and 5 after the yardage is marked off. Patterson to the right of Seaman. Lingenhole bottom of your screen. And screen set up to Patterson, and Patterson going nowhere. And now Louisville will take a timeout with a 3rd down coming up after the loss of yardage there. Creed Patterson was there all alone on that screen, and only man there in the vicinity was the defender, who made a great play. 24 was there. That was Matt Erda. Leads the team in tackles, does the middle linebacker. You know, Louisville, they had several kids out a couple weeks ago in their win against Central. Then they had some more kids out last week. They've been battling injuries the last couple weeks, something that Coach Davis told us. And they've been trying to figure it out. Reminder, Sunday, the 2nd place Cleveland Browns will play the Indianapolis Colts at home. 2 p.m. pregame on 1480 WHBC. Winners of 3 straight games are the Cleveland Browns.
Wait till next week.
I will not talk about that just yet. My focus is on Indianapolis. I sound like Bill Belichick. We're talking about Indianapolis. You can listen on 1480 WHBC as you can all year. We're your home of the Browns.
3rd and 7. Why is the coach out there on the
Coach
field?
Mooney having a conversation. Maybe he has the conversation to his liking finally now. And we're back into action now. Not quite sure what that was about, but you'd never know unless you were a fly in that conversation. Jackson wants to throw all types of pressure, gets rid of it. Flag, will there be one for intentional grounding? They're just going to call it incomplete.
I tell you what, this nose guard, what number? Number 2? Boy, Louisville's having a hard time with him.
Dominic Roberts, young man on the screen right there.
He has quite the motor on him. He plays hard.
No flag was ever thrown there, despite that being in the area for intentional grounding. Offensive lineman was the nearest person, as Bob said.
What?
Yep, there he is, Elmer.
He's given them a handful.
You know, not only is this game not like have a flow to it, Elmer, but it also just lacks energy too. It does. Maybe now there's a flag coming in. Yeah, now they've thrown a flag.
Why'd they call flag?
Probably intentional grounding. It's well after the fact, though. Coach Davis coming out and probably looking to have a word here with the
that's an
officials.
That was really a delayed call.
It was. I mean, it's like almost a whole minute and a half after the play.
Yeah.
They are going to call the intentional grounding now. So move it back to midfield.
That hurts.
It does, because he could have gone for it before that.
But that was delayed.
Coach Davis really upset about that on the sideline. Having some choice words for this officiating crew for sure. See him there with his leopard mask on. Forces Lingenhold to come in now and kick this deep with his left foot, Elmer.
Okay, rub it in.
I try
Rub
to.
it in.
I try to. I do my best.
You're doing a great job.
I'll be sure to include that in the Christmas card this
Noah would be proud of you.
Probably would be.
Everybody's calling timeouts.
Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. See, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin takes the timeout. Do you see what I'm saying though about a rhythm to this game?
Oh, sure.
I mean, there's no feeling to it. There's no rhythm to it. Neither crowd seem to really be into it. This is a really tough game to get into.
Well, you know, if you look at it, has there been any exciting things that you can say is uplifting?
3 interceptions, which aren't really uplifting things.
But what has happened with them?
Nothing.
Nothing.
On all sides.
On both sides, right.
That drive by Notre Dame Cathedral Latin right now looks like it's worth $1 million.
Yeah. You know, Louisville twice had 2 interceptions back to back.
And they did nothing with them.
On their side of the 50.
And they had good field position here too. Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, though, Coach Mooney told us he felt his team was hitting their stride at the right time. He said it's a young team. It's taken them a while to put everything together this year, but felt that they were going to hit their stride in the playoffs. Starts tonight for them. Starts tonight for Louisville as well. For all of Ohio, it starts tonight. Snap to Lingenhold here. And Lingenhold ran a while before he finally kicked that, and then does. And it's a pretty good kick, and then downed. And it was Clay Chambers who downed it there.
He's a pretty good player. He can do a lot of things. Yeah.
We talked to Coach Davis a lot about Lingenhold during the week. He called him a baby giraffe.
Baby giraffe.
Said he's still growing into his body because he's too big for his own good. That's what happens when you're like 6'6" and 230.
Yeah. He's going to be a player.
He is.
He's going to be a player.
He has Division I possibilities.
Yeah. If he had more speed, maybe.
Yeah.
If he had more.
But he's only a junior.
What's going on here?
I think they're going to put a knee on this.
Yeah. Why would you do anything else?
So with 11 seconds, that will end the first half. All right. We're through a half. A very uneventful first half, and Notre Dame Cathedral Latin holds a touchdown lead. We'll be back at halftime right after this.
Y'all know it's football season. Around these parts, football season is barbecue season. If you want to score big on game day, make slow-smoked Old Carolina barbecue your go-to spot before, during, and after all the games. No need to cook on Friday. Meet before the game at Old Carolina. Or grab a party pack and host the ultimate college or pro football party. Featuring award-winning ribs, tender pulled pork, and jumbo smoked wings. We have options for all your pigskin pig-outs. Get more info at oldcarolina.com. Old Carolina Barbecue Company. Meet before the game.
There is something special about our community.
It's a feeling, a spirit, and you can sense it and see it in everyone who lives and works here.
Everyone in our community matters.
You matter.
It's a simple concept.
Yet its message carries a great impact which we all need to hear.
Every conversation, each Pay It Forward message can have an incredible impact on someone else's life.
It can start with just 2 simple words.
You matter.
You matter.
You matter.
Got a news tip? Email us at newstip@whbc.com. For everything WHBC, news, weather, and sports, personality blogs, and more, log on to whbc.com.
And we return back at halftime to Louisville's Leopard Stadium. We go down to the field now and join the Louisville Leopard Marching Band on the Omni Orthopedics halftime show here on the Alt Care TV Replay Game of the Week with Notre Dame Cathedral Latin up a score. Enjoy.
We'd like to begin our show by playing a hit from 1977 by Carlos Santana, featuring a trumpet solo played by senior Andrew Hathaway. We hope you enjoy this arrangement of She's Not There.
Ready, Skipper? Yep.
We're proud to sell Hondas, where over 14,000 Ohioans work hard every day to build some of the safest, most affordable cars in the industry, right here in the great state of Ohio. Enjoy great deals on a new Accord at your local Northern Ohio Honda dealer.
Put your health into the hands of experts right in your own backyard. Omni is your hometown choice. For more than 25 years, Omni Orthopedics has been treating a full range of orthopedic problems. Omni was voted Best of the Best in 2019, with another nomination in 2020 for the 6th straight year. And we continue to grow to better serve you with a new Oasis Surgical Center coming soon and Omni Express, our walk-in clinic. Your hometown choice. Now with 3 locations in Canton, Alliance, and Dover to serve you.
Now is new. Altman Immediate Care is now Altman Now Urgent Care. Walk in, get care, and go home. The average turnaround time is less than an hour. Now is new. When your doctor's office is closed and you don't need the ER, choose Altman Now Urgent Care Center. Altman Healthcare providers treat minor injuries and illnesses, such as flu and fever, sprains and strains, upper respiratory infections, and sore throat. Now is new. Now open at Washington Square from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The new Altman Now Urgent Care. Now is new.
Wake up with Canton's Morning News. Pam Cook reports all the news, traffic, and weather you need to get your day started. News Talk 1480 WHBC. Online at WHBC.com.
We're proud to sell Hondas, where over 14,000 Ohioans work hard every day to build some of the safest, most affordable cars in the industry, right here in the great state of Ohio. Enjoy great deals on a new CR-V at your local Northern Ohio Honda dealer.
Well, we return back to Louisville at halftime. The Omni Orthopedics halftime show what has been a very uneventful game so far. has Notre Dame Cathedral Latin up 7-0, and here with the halftime stats, Elmer, these are not pretty.
No, they're not great statistics. They're really not. Cathedral Latin rushing 61 yards, Louisville only 34. Passing, Cathedral Latin 36, Louisville 41. First downs, Cathedral Latin 7, Louisville 6. Total yards, 97 for Cathedral Latin, 75 for Louisville. Number of plays, 25 Cathedral Latin, 29 Louisville. Here's the most interesting. Average yards per play, 3.8 for Cathedral Latin, and Louisville 2.6. Turnovers 2, Cathedral Latin, and 1 for Louisville. Penalties 4 for 30 yards for Cathedral Latin, 4 for 21 Louisville. Individual statistics for Cathedral Latin, Jacob Koenig, he was 2 for 5 for 36, but 2 interceptions were key things. Rushing, Aston Gotham, 11 rushes for 31 yards and 1 TD. Jaden Mangaluzzi, 4 rushes and 19 yards. And Nathan Slattery, 2 catches for 36. For Louisville, Tyler Jackson is 7 for 15 for 41 yards and 1 interception. Tyler Jackson, 5 rushes for 14 yards. Dan Kennedy, 2 rushes for 12 yards. Dan Kennedy has 1 interception, 2 catches for 14 yards. And A.J. Lingenhall has 2 catches for 17 yards. Not very great statistics first half. But second half's going to be a lot better, John.
You hope.
Sharpen up those pencils, Bob. You're going to be running out of ink.
So let's go to the highlights now from the first half. Here was the one score.
He just, I was going to say he walked in, but
just about. They ran the option well.
Yes, they did. I'm surprised they didn't come back to it more. Nice interception. Like I said, he ran a better pattern than the receiver.
Next play here, another interception. Tried to force it.
Yeah.
Kennedy. And then here's the interception by Louisville. Moskal.
Again, that was played well by that defensive back.
I think he did step out right there.
Yeah.
I know you were impressed with this throw.
This is and a great catch.
Kennedy along the sideline.
I'll tell you what, the Kennedy kid came to play. He really did. He's doing everything.
He is,
far. Their coach says that he's one of their best players. I can see that. He's doing it all right now. All right. Interception, running, catching. He's doing a good job.
Third quarter when we come back.
The ride to work you've been waiting for is here.
SARTA's Success Express service to the North Canton Industrial Park.
Just hop on the Success Express at the Cornerstone
or Belden Village Transit Center.
And we'll get you to work on time.
At Cintas,
the Hilton Garden Inn,
Fannie Mae,
or Special Pack.
Even if you start as early as 6 a.m.
Visit SARTAonline.com to learn more about the new, fast, affordable way to get to work in the North Canton Industrial Park.
SARTA's Success Express.
We're going to work today. Need a ride?
Put your health into the hands of experts right in your own backyard. Omni is your hometown choice. For more than 25 years, Omni Orthopedics has been treating a full range of orthopedic problems. Omni was voted Best of the Best in 2019, with another nomination in 2020 for the 6th straight year. And we continue to grow to better serve you with a new Oasis Surgical Center coming soon and Omni Express, our walk-in clinic. Your hometown choice. Now with 3 locations in Canton, Alliance, and Dover to serve you.
Hi, I'm Nick Langenfeld, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union. Whether you visit our main office on Erie Street South, our downtown Massillon location on Federal Avenue, or our Canton office on Whipple Avenue in the Acme Fresh Market store. Our friendly staff is committed to serving all your financial needs. Now more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
The Roadman and JT team up for a lively take on sports. It's a whole new attitude. Afternoons from 3 till 7, weekdays on News Talk 1480 WHBC and online at WHBC.com.
And we return back at halftime to Louisville's Leopard Stadium with Notre Dame Cathedral Latin up in this round 1 Division III playoff game. 7-0 Elmer. We talked about it during halftime off air, but I think we would simply like to see some rhythm to this half. We would like to see Louisville try to move the ball a little bit better offensively, and I know the hometown crowd that's here would like to see that as well, because it was not a very action-filled first half.
You know, John, they had 2 times on those 2 interceptions. They had great field position, and they wound up almost going backwards.
Yeah, they did nothing with it.
And that was key. I mean, you got the ball on the turnover. Your offense got the ball on your side of the 50-yard line.
You got to do something with it.
Yeah, you got to. You have to.
What's the biggest thing you're looking at as an adjustment for Louisville going to the second half? What's the biggest thing they need to do?
Boy, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're.
You know, I know
they're not running the ball with success. They're not throwing the ball with a lot of success.
Do they just need first downs? How about that?
Yeah, you know, maybe that's what they got to do. I mean, they got a bigger offensive line. Just start powering at them, just to get something established. You know, it's this. It seemed like offensively they're just kind of guessing rather than setting anything up.
Spedick will kick this deep.
For the Lions.
He's a pretty good kicker for a sophomore, and it heads the way of young man in Zach Seaman, who has a pretty decent return. Seaman leads the team in punt return yards and in kick return yards. Averages 22 yards per return on kickoff. And well, Louisville is going to start with it on their own 26 here.
Let's see what Louisville's going to do. What are they going to? First half, they were in all kind of multiple formations, which we didn't see 2 weeks ago.
No, you know, we talked about last week, Elmer, with Lake and missed opportunities. You could say the same thing of Louisville recently. Last week against Worcester, they had 2 red zone trips, and they came away with just 1 touchdown and a missed field goal. And tonight, they've had 2 interceptions, and they've had missed opportunities.
Yeah.
And this is a playoff game, Division III, Round 1. A lot more on the line tonight. Man in motion, handoff Connor Edelman, and Edelman, simply nothing was there. Simply nothing was there.
Let's give some credit to Cathedral Latin too. They're not as big as Louisville up front.
Are they quicker though?
But they're quicker. They get off their blocks and. Wow.
2nd and 10 here. Kennedy, top of your screen, handoff again here. This is to Edelman, and Edelman with some decent yardage again this time, but it was not much. It was 4 yards to the 30, and now it's already a 3rd and 6.
You know, their coach says that they're a 40 defense. I haven't seen them in a 40 yet. They're a 50 team. They got a guy right over the nose, and he's a good one. He's a penetrator.
You know, Louisville this year has only converted 21 of their 68 third downs. How were they on third down in the first half, Bob? They were just 2 of 6 in the first half.
Well,
so that means that they're just 23 of 74 on the year.
Third and 6.
And did he draw him off sides?
Again,
I believe he did.
Yes, he did.
He's used that hard count to his, 8 a couple times tonight, but
now it's 3rd and 1.
It is. Changes the look of what you were probably going to do.
Maybe not.
Notre Dame Cathedral Latin is giving up 25 points per game on the year, but they have yet to be scored upon tonight. They've allowed 17 touchdowns on the year. Teams have run on them all season.